Okay guys, perfect. So we've set up all of our social media plugins. We've got our Google Plus, Blogger, Facebook, Friend Feed, Twitter, and WordPress.com all set up, configured, all of the apps set up so that it can all communicate with our WordPress blog site. And the final part of the puzzle here is we want to wrap it all together with Google+. Google being the primary search engine that we're trying to target to get all of our blog links indexed. We want to make sure that we wrap everything together with Google+, because that's what Google is going to pay most attention to. So it's going to help you out the most, and what we want to do now is go ahead and go back to where we first started with the Google+ account. If you need to relog in, go ahead and relog in. It will take you to this home screen. If you've followed the instructions throughout the tutorial, you will have created this detailed sheet with all of your usernames, passwords, and any other pertinent information for all of the social media sites we've set up. Google Plus right here being the first one, so if you need to refer back to this to log in, just go ahead and take a look back at your sheet. Now that we're logged in though, one thing we want to make sure we do is tie in the email address that we gave to you guys with your WordPress blog site in with Google+. Very important part of the puzzle here. So what we want to do is up here in the top right, next to your picture, click the down arrow, go to Account, and you're going to be brought to this account screen. It's going to open up a new tab, and what you need to do is go down to Google+, and you want to add an email address. And you want to add the email address that we gave to you with your WordPress blog site. So mine would be Brett at rockstartechnologies.net, and all you want to do is add that email in there. A verification email is going to be sent to you. Again, I'm going to open up my Outlook, go down to my email address here. You guys can access again this email through your webmail online window, which there's instructions in the first video on how to do that if you guys need to refer back. So let's go ahead and verify this. Perfect. So Google Plus lets me know that it has been verified, and I'm going to go ahead and close out of this verification window. And I'm also going to close this accounts window. You guys can actually, before I do that, you can go down. Let's go ahead and refresh this, because I want to set. Yeah, actually, you want your email to be set to the one that you're going to use. Like I was saying before in the previous videos, you don't have to use this email address to correspond with anybody or anything. It's just going to link all of your social media sites together with Google Plus and with your blog site. So make sure that whatever email you plan on using the most is set as your primary email. And then again, for your notifications, read through this list, uncheck anything that you guys want to set for your preferences, and just make sure you save all of that, okay? I'm going to go ahead and close out of here, leave it all as default. Okay, now back to Google Plus, the home page. So now that we've input our email address into our Google Plus account, now what we want to do is we want to click over here on the Profile tab on the left-hand side. We want to go over to this section. It's going to ask you, to add cover photos and personalize your deal. You guys can do all that on your own time. If you're having a lot of trouble in figuring out how to do that, there are YouTube videos that will demonstrate how to customize your Google Plus profile. I'm not going to get into the customization of it. We just want to make sure it's set up properly for it to communicate with your blog site. So let's click on the About Me tab, or the About tab, and what we're going to do here is we want to set the contributor to links so that Google knows whenever a blog post goes out and syndicates to any one of these social media sites we just set up, Blogger, Facebook, Friend Feed, Twitter, WordPress.com, that Google knows that you're a contributor to those and will index. You'll see when your links get indexed in Google that it will pull the photos and images and all that good stuff from those sites and index them with the link in the Google search engine. So it makes it look more credible to people who are searching for topics that are related to keywords that you guys target in your blogs when you write them. And it's just a very important part of this step. So you want to click edit right here, and you want to add a custom link. Okay, so let's start off here, and we're already in Google+, so it knows that we're a contributor to Google+. Let's go to the next item on the list here and go to Blogger. We want to copy this URL where our Blogger blogspot lives. So copy that, Control-C or Command-C if you're on an Apple. Oops. And let's go back here, and we're going to type in just Blogger for the label. And then we're going to paste that URL right in there. Let's make sure this is http // Rockstar Technologies at Blogspot. We are a current contributor to this, so we want to go ahead and click Save. And now you can see that we are a contributor to Blogger. Now we want to go down the list and add every single one of those social media sites that we just set up. So next down the list is our Facebook. So let's go down to Facebook here, and we want to go and find the link from our Facebook, copy this, and I apologize, I didn't save this URL in the previous tutorial, but you guys can just access it by logging into your Facebook and copying the URL link at the top. Let's go back to our deal here, Facebook, and put in the URL and save that. So Facebook, we're current contributors to that, and I'm going to go ahead and go in here and add that link now that we have it, just so we have the URL address saved for later use if we need it. There we go. It doesn't look pretty, but it's there. And let's go ahead and shrink this back down and go down the list. Okay, so now we've got Blogger, Facebook. Now we want to go ahead and add in our friend feed URL. And I forgot to do the friend feed as well, but friend feed right here, we can go to settings, and doesn't give us our URL address, but we can click on my name at the top, and we get the URL address right up here in the address bar. So in order to get your friend feed URL, make sure when you're logged into friend feed that you click on your name, the account right here. It will take you to this page, and copy and paste whatever is in the URL address bar at the top of your browser, Control-C, and we're going to go back to Google+. We're going to put that URL in here, Control-V, and we're going to add that one as well. So now we're friend feed. All of these are set to current contributors to. I'm going to go ahead and go in here because it appears I forgot to, in the tutorial previous, to put in the friend feed URL address as well. URL address, Control-V. Not crazy important. You guys can always access this information by logging into your accounts. And let's make sure, I want to make sure that we have the right settings saved in here for Brett at rockstartechnologies.net. Okay, so this is why it's important to save your username and password. I've forgotten what I used for my username and password. I'm assuming that I Oh, that's why, right there. Always make sure you're spelling your usernames correct. Oh, it's saying you can't find the email address that we provided. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, guys. We signed in with our Facebook. That's why that information isn't saved. So it's going to be the same information that you have for your Facebook that is used for your friend feed. So just make sure you have that information saved, or that you're saving it along the way. I appear to have forgotten to do it for you guys for Facebook and for friend feed, but you can always go back and access that information. So if we take a look here at Facebook, I used my primary Facebook account to create this Rockstar Technologies app when we went through and did it. So my username and password is just whatever I've currently been using for my Facebook. So if you guys have any difficulties with any of this stuff, it's pretty easy to troubleshoot. If you created a new Facebook account, make sure you save that information in here. Your friend feed user information is going to be the exact same as your new Facebook account information. Mine is my current Facebook account, so I know what all that information already is. You just want to make sure that you have saved in this other information along the way that we already went through in previous tutorials. Okay, so let's get past that and go ahead and start adding the rest of our deals here. So after friend feed, we've got Twitter. So let's add Twitter in here and the Twitter URL. Okay, so I saved my username and the password for Twitter. Now we need to go back and go to Twitter and grab the URL. So the URL is again up here in the address bar. You want to control copy that. Let's go ahead and add that URL to our list as well. So Twitter. Oops. Twitter URL is going to be that. We'll save this. And let's go back to our Google Plus from Twitter and paste in that URL. Control V, or you can right click and paste, whatever you feel most comfortable doing. And let's go to save. So now we're a contributor to our Twitter account, and the last one that we want to do is the WordPress. So WordPress, and let's see if we save the WordPress URL, and we did. So the blog address is right here, rockstartechnologies.wordpress.com. Control C, copy that, go here to the URL, make sure you type in http // and let's paste that URL in there, rockstartechnologies.wordpress.com. We'll save that, and so now we have all of our social media accounts linked up with our Google Plus account, which is in turn going to help get all of our blog posts indexed by Google and all the major search engines. So that sets us up for all of our social media plugins, all the social media accounts. Again, you guys, there's a lot of information out there on the web for you guys to learn how to customize all this stuff. I'm not going to go through in detail any tutorials on that because it's pretty easy to find on YouTube. But the main goal of these tutorial series to get these plugins set up is accomplished. Everything is done, and you guys are ready to rock and roll almost with your blogs. So stay tuned. We're going to do a couple more tutorial videos for those of you who need to set up your there's a couple more things that we have to do with Google and Bing in order for them to be able to find your website. So we're going to go ahead and walk you guys through that in the next tutorials. So stay tuned, and you guys are almost done.